live. Welcome back to the SneakerStrolls podcast. It's me, Brax, and we got my co-host here, Big Phil.
What's up? What's up?
All right, man, let's hop into it. So we got a good episode for you guys today. Not necessarily as planned out as maybe some of the other ones that you've heard us do this season, but definitely some good conversation to be had. So without further ado, let's hop into it.
All right, so we're getting into recent pickups.
Getting into recent pickups. I guess you can kick us off. What you got?
So I guess confirmed has been dropping all these Yeezys since Yeezy's back. So, I thought let me go ahead and get a few things for retail. So I got a pair of Onyx slides and the pair of gray foam runners. What else have I gotten? I got them right next. I got to show them off since we're on video now. These right here are crazy. The Greek Freak fives. They were inspired by this Kobe model. The Kobe 4, I used to have them that had they were red and white, but these candy cane laces are inspired from that shoe too. Little details. One shoe's for Giannis and one shoe's for the Nassus because they shared shoes back in the day. But yeah, I've been hooping in these. These are amazing. Just had a cool story for me.
That's fired. I
Not
didn't know they did that. You didn't idea
All-Star
those?
All-Star
That's
games.
just a. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this was the All-Star game, Greek Freak 5 this year. So yeah, I did an idea and they came like this. So pretty
That's
dope
fire.
shoe. Yeah, I've been big on Nike basketball, so yeah, and I think that's all I've picked up, honestly. Uh yeah, that's all I picked up. How about you?
Um, I picked up those Jordan 1 lows. Um, I don't even know what is that colorway even called? It's like the metallic blue. Uh,
Yeah, I guess it's the metallic blue. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but those are fire. Actually, I don't love the shape of them. I like the like those ones we were talking about that we beat, the just white and
Yep.
like neutral gray or whatever. That shape's way better. And I guess I am with who was it? It wasn't Welty. Who was talking about? Somebody was talking about on this Complex Sneakers podcast that they don't like Jordan 1 lows. Um, I guess it had to have been Brendan. But yeah, he was saying like they look super long, and
Hmm.
that's exactly the case with these because I guess it's like the OG 85 last or whatever the model, and it looks weird on foot, but I still rock with them and they're fire. But yeah, it's like the toe box is just looks super long when you like look down at your shoe, and I don't know, I'm big on like the way that shoes look when I look down at them, and I don't know, it just looks weird compared to those other ones, but yeah, super fire shoe. I've been wearing it quite a bit, so that's one of my recent pickups. And then I think really all I've gotten since we last spoke was like I got the pair of they haven't come in yet, but the 99 Be True to Your School, the Michigan pair, the Dunks. So I'm starting to round out the all of
Sheesh,
the
so you got the
collection.
99 highs? 99
Y-
highs?
Yeah,
Sheesh, yeah, you
yeah,
gotta send me the
original
picture. That's
box.
crazy.
Yeah, they haven't come in yet. He said they were deep in storage, um, but yeah, I also did. Oh, I mean, not to give up some of our guests that we might have, but I did reach out and he liked the message, so hopefully he's down to come
Let's
on the
go.
pod too. So that'll be a great episode. But yeah,
Yeah, I
so
gotta know where. I'm sure he can't tell us where he's getting some of this stuff, but I just gotta like, yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, it'll be good. So yeah, I mean, not to give away some of the guests that are going to come up, but we are going to have some guests on the pod this season. So we've already started to reach out to those people, and we think you're really gonna like them. But yeah, those are the only two cops that I've had recently. Abby has been on my head about spending money, so been trying to follow that. But yeah, so I've been trying to keep it cool, and I've been selling a bunch of clothes and stuff. So trying to make sure I get a little money that I still can keep copping some shoes when I want them. But yeah, I mean, I think the next I think the next cop's got to be Black Cat Fours when I find a pair at the right price. But
I almost
um,
sent you a pair this morning I saw for a pretty decent price, really good condition. Yeah, that's something I want too. I guess in the UNC one, the like the leather pair that came, I think it's like 2015 or something. That
Yep,
pair is just so clean. And just that blue colorway is just something to have in the collection. But yeah, that Black Cat 4, sheesh. I sent you that video the other day, man. It's like, yeah, that was crazy. Somebody bought like a pair. They had to be like 8 out of 10 condition pairs. Somebody sold them for 300 to the store. Nuts. I wish I could have been there to, throw a 25 extra bucks or just battle out with the man to get the pair. But now that'll be a crazy pickup if you can keep your eye out. It seems like we're both on the path of just buying stuff with like, if it's like something you can't miss out on and it's there, or it's like, all right, I'm just going back to get this here and
exactly.
there.
Yeah, nothing's really caught my eye that's come out like new that I've just had to have. Um, yeah, I mean, even just going through the Goat app, I'm not like I don't have to have anything. The one that I was not upset to miss out on, but the trophy rooms, those I think it's just fire. If I would have got them for retail, I would have been super happy. I would have worn them, but now I'm not going to pay 750 for a pair of Jordan 1 lows when I mean it's basically just like the black toe ones, just like flipped. And I mean it's sure velvet or whatever, but yeah, I don't really need anything new. And like if you look at that whole Jordan lineup that's coming out, nothing really is like a must have off that list.
I think latte ones might have been the only thing I was kind of interested in, but it's like a shoe I'd have to wait until the fall to wear anyway.
Yeah, but
Um,
I would rather just go back and get stuff that I didn't get at the time or that just I don't know. But one shoe that I was going to pick up, but then and I could have easily. I mean the Ama the green stone airships. I
Clean.
think those were fire, but I didn't cop them. But I could always go back. I mean, the airships actually aren't that expensive, which I mean, I think it's a slept-on model. I think those are fire.
You don't have any airships yet?
No, I don't.
Yeah, same here, and I want an airship because it reminds me a lot of that Mac Attack in a way, that same similar like mid high top or whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, there's pairs. I'm looking at it now. That Alma, there was another Alma that came out that was this black and white, like the green. That was
Yep.
really like this was clean. I saw it for retail on Nike and their website, but passed it up. But that's like 150 bucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
saying. It's all affordable. But
yeah, yellow. If you're
I
into this, $100, it's like yeah.
yeah, I think I might eventually. I'll probably go back and get all of the Alma airships. But dude, I'm trying to find a pair of those Bike Air Nigel Sylvesters, but I'm not paying. I mean, they're all friends and family, but I'm not paying $1,500 for a pair of airships. But that's
Crazy.
like the most fire. That's better than his Jordan 1 collab, and that was insane as well, which I
Yeah.
also need to go back and get. Uh, but yeah, speaking of, you kind of just brought up the Mac attacks. Did you see what Coach Izzo was wearing yesterday on the sideline?
Nah, did he have a pair on? I didn't even
He
notice. I
had a
was
pair
watching that
on,
game.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's tough.
I was watching with my brother-in-law, and I watched the first half, and yeah, he was wearing those, which that's well, I didn't get him the Travis Scott ones, but just the OG. I got him a pair of those at our wedding, and so it was cool to see that he's a Michigan State fan, but so it's cool to see Tom Izzo wearing those, but he was obviously wearing
That's
the
tough.
Travis Scott ones. But yeah, super fire, and it was just cool just to see him wearing those. I was like, I didn't know he had it like that, and it was just cool. But
Yeah, it's cool to see like that old. I mean, they're around so many young people, so it's like, and they're Nike school. I'm sure things are getting sent, but it's cool that he was like, yeah, let me break these out in the
bro,
tourney,
that's
and it was the Travis.
exactly.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and like
tough.
nobody would know. Like you'd probably just if you saw them, you'd probably just think they were just the OG colorway, and then like I mean, sneakerheads would know because you see the reverse Nike swoosh on the outer side of the shoe. But I was like, oh, that's if you know, you know. Which kind of brings up my next question. So obviously March Madness going on, game about to tip off right now. That Colorado game, but if you And I guess it might be two questions. If you were on a blue blood team, would you or what shoe would you wear if you were playing on that team, or I mean, whether you're on the bench or whatever, if you're on a big team that like you might actually have a chance to go all the way, what shoe would you wear round one? And then are you sticking with that same shoe, or are you just pulling out everything you have?
Mm, I'm the type of person like I go to hoop now and like if my duffel was bigger I mean I got like 10 pair of hoop shoes. Like sometimes I come with three hoop shoes, and if I start to feel away, I'll take them off. I call myself Phil Tucker in the gym, but I probably would start with like that black Kobe 4 that came out, that all black like Python. I wish I
Yep.
knew the name, Mamba something I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd probably rotate through probably Kobe's since they're available now. I mean, if we're talking 2024, I'd probably just rotate through a lot of these Kobe, the white Halo ones that came out. So I'd probably just rotate Kobe's on like some Caitlin Clark. Braden Smith wrote has a little nice Kobe rotation. So yeah, I'd
Yeah,
probably
he
go.
does.
I would have to rotate it, bro. I think that I don't know if there's a. I'm sure there's a page out there that keeps up with college sneakers, but I think that I think that they should be more into it. Like they have so much. I mean, they got NILs and everything. They can basically get anything they want. So like, I don't know why they aren't. Like, there's not an athlete out there that I've seen in college right now who has like a crazy rotation.
Yeah. And honestly, I mean, Lance Jones does. I mean, he rotates
Ja
kicks.
Morant's.
Yeah, he rotates every colorway of John Morant's, even if they're not going with black and gold at all. Like this
Yeah.
man's wearing every single colorway, and I mean, it's pretty slept on. Like he does not wear the same shoe, which I think
No.
in the tourney he might because he had these custom Purdue PEs, or I don't know if they're PEs or just customs or whatever, but they have his number on them, 55, and then they have a Purdue logo on them, and they're black and gold. So he might rock with those, but super fire to see. And dude, I mean, kind of off topic, but I've never seen a graduate student, mind you, come in and buy in so much to Purdue basketball. This dude loves Purdue basketball so much.
Yes, that little dance thing they got him doing stuff. Like, yeah, there's videos with him and Katie.
Yeah,
Like, it's
mentioning
crazy.
Katie, bro, that was the
Yeah,
funniest video. But
crazy.
so I guess does it change then? So say you're like a Grambling State or a Longwood or a Long Beach or something. Does it change then if you're like a Cinderella and you've just made it to the big dance and now like you got to show out? Are you gonna wear something like crazier, or are you gonna just keep sticking with your Kobe's?
I mean, I don't know what can get much. I mean, if I'm saying I'm Nike school, I don't know what can get much crazier than a Kobe right now being back in it. Like the Ja Morant is cool and stuff, but like, yeah, the Kobe's have just, yeah, Kobe's are in their own lane of basketball shoes. So I think I would still stick. But say I was in Adidas or something, like I'm going to AE1 all day. Like yeah, that's the craziest probably shoe out right now, with the looks and what Ant-Man's doing to people and just, yeah, pushing that shoe it's pushing this shoe out of the atmosphere. So I guess like if I was like, or if I can wear any other shoe, I guess I would either go Ant-Man's, AE1s, or I'm going Kobe's. And that's probably where I'd be at.
I feel you. I think, yeah, and I guess I mean Purdue. They've been in it. They rarely miss the tournament. So I guess even if I was like playing for Purdue or something, or Duke or Kentucky or one of the bigger teams that like you could actually expect them to win, um, I yeah, I would probably honestly just go with Kobe's as well. But I mean, it's us. I would still pull out like what the Kobe's or something crazy.
Oh,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, I mean, yeah, you got to show out. But if I were on Adidas, bro, I would probably rock those Fear of Gods. Because,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Jerry Lorenzo was out here. Yeah, he was posting on his Instagram about NC State. And, yeah, I mean, well, I guess NC State was the only. Yeah, Nebraska didn't get him. I think it was just NC State and then Indiana. And obviously,
Yeah.
Indiana didn't make it. So, yeah, but he was out here posting about NC State and that kid that dropped 21 in the first round. Um, he was yeah, he was bigging up that dude, and he was wearing those in the picture that he posted, so it was pretty dope. But I would probably wear those if I was an Adidas school. But if I was on like I mean, probably not Grambling State. I mean, even Grambling State. I don't know. I would pull out the craziest thing I could possibly think of, which I don't even know what that would be. I mean, you can't get much crazier than what the Kobe's, but
Yeah.
bro, I might
I
even
mean,
wear
people,
the 10 elites, the high boys, just like something absolutely nuts. I don't know.
yeah,
Or I'd come out hooping in like Air Mags or something, just like
true.
just absolutely go off. Because I mean, at that point, yeah, of course, the best scenario for you is you win your first round game and you make a deep run. But if you don't, you just lose. Like you might as well be wearing something absolutely nuts and get like posted on Sneaker News or something. Like that's best case scenario for you as a player if you're not
No,
gonna
that's
win.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's great.
but
I mean,
pull out
Hyperdunk
some Air
'08. I
Mags.
mean,
Oh
Hyperdunk '08 or something like that. I was just thinking like,
yeah, bro.
but that yeah, if we can get a hand on those at a pair, that would go crazy. But I guess we got to if we're talking now, we're talking NCAA and shoes like this. Kimba's run when he won that tourney, he was wearing like 11s. Like it's
Yeah, he
crazy to say that
was.
we're not hooping in Jordan. Like I can't hoop in Jordans. I've tried it. They're
I
not it. But it's crazy that we're not like talking about Jordans like retros. I guess hooping.
I know. Yeah, it's just such a clunky shoe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel wasn't John Wall wearing some crazy Jordans as well? I mean, it was one
Mm,
year, but still, I think he was wearing some crazy Jordans when he was at Kentucky. I could be
I
mistaken,
could,
but
yeah,
I know
I
Kemba
know,
was
yeah.
really getting it off.
Kimba was getting it in. Yeah, he was tough rotation.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, the my favorite like Hooper shoe of anybody I've seen. I mean, I obviously watch Purdue more than anybody, but Brandon Newman used to really be in his bag with Kobe's. Like those
Yeah.
military green ones, he would wear those
I
sometimes.
think
I'm
he
like,
had
oh
Bruce
my
Lee's
God,
as
bro.
well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen like everybody on Purdue was wearing those Bruce Lees. Like Caleb First was wearing those things,
Yeah,
like
he
every
was hooping
game.
them.
But Brandon Newman was really rotating, and he was in his bag. And yeah, like you said, Braden Smith. I mean, obviously, shout out to the boy, Braden
Yes,
Smith.
sir.
But yeah, he like keeps it subtle, but he's still getting it off. Like those triple whites, he wears those quite a bit. But those
Hmm.
protros, that's like I think I just have to go. I wouldn't even. I don't know if I'd even wear them because I'm not really an all white shoe kind of guy, except for like an Air Force One. But um, yeah, that's fire. But I do like your pick, the Python ones, the all black. I would probably even pull out some like GGs or like the um, yeah, I mean Mambacitas. Just I'd try and I don't know. I would not wear the same shoe. I would probably change it up at halftime, bro.
Yeah, no, I
I
agree. I think it's
every time I
fly.
subbed out
Yeah.
of the game, bro, I'd have another pair.
I think it's fly, man. I think it's fly to be able to like, yeah, just switch them in and out. I guess the Venice Beach Kobe's coming out soon too. That's probably my all-time favorite Kobe. So I'm sure some athletes are getting them earlier. I think they come out early in April. I'm sure some teams can get them in right now. So I would have had those shipped. I would have been playing in those already.
For sure. Yeah, it's a great. I mean, that's like an Easter shoe, but still, that's yeah, it's a fire shoe. I love that one. Um, yeah, I mean, I think yeah, I think so. I think we would both definitely not be wearing the same shoe from game one through, no matter how like superstitious we are or whatever. I mean, yeah, I'm still changing up. Sounds like you're still changing up as much as possible. And
Unless I get injured, I don't change. Yeah, I'll throw. I'm not gonna say I'll throw a shoe. I've sold shoes that I've hurt myself in, to be honest. So like, that's when the superstitious comes. And if I've rolled an ankle, tweak something, they gotta go. So
all right,
yeah,
that's
that's the
fair.
only time. Yeah.
Um, all right, so switching gears a little bit, I got a couple other questions. So if you had to wear the same shoe for a month right now, what shoe would you wear?
For a month.
Yeah, no other shoe. I mean,
Sheesh.
you can wear some like Birkenstocks or whatever, like just relaxing, but you got to wear the same shoe out every day for a month. Anytime you leave the house, you got to wear this shoe.
That's crazy. I guess I'm gonna think of something I kind of did that for a while. When I got the Nike Shox TL, I just wore it. I probably wore it every day for probably a month, to be honest. That's a crazy shoe, but it's kind of like it's fashionable too. Like you can throw on jeans with it, the right jeans, and get like a tough fit off and stuff. So yeah, I'd probably go the Nike Shox TL in the all white colorway. I could wear it for months straight. Like it's low top, so if I throw some shorts on, it's warming up. That works with me. So just to keep it different than saying like a dunk or something, yeah, I think it'd have to be the Nike Shox all white TL.
That's a good one. That's yeah, it's versatile. Like you said, you could wear it with shorts, wear it with pants, sweatpants, jeans, whatever. Um, that yeah, I mean, I was trying to think about this, and it's pretty tough. And I don't have this shoe, but I think I could honestly wear a Black Cat 4 every day for a month, and you can kind of, I mean, a 4 is like you can wear that with shorts, you can wear it with sweatpants,
Hmm.
jeans, whatever. But another one, I think I would honestly wear a Space Jam 11 for a month straight. Like, just because it's like ideal shoe for me. It's like mostly black. There's that little hint of blue, but I mean, you don't have to show it. If you're wearing pants that cover that up, it just looks like a black and white shoe. And I think I could wear that with pretty much anything for a month straight. And not that I mean, I don't think either of us would do that, but just like, yeah, if it's sitting by the door and you know, like, all right, I'm not going to go through my entire collection, pick out a shoe that matches my outfit, I'm just wearing that. Like,
Hmm.
I think that's a pretty good one. But the Black Cat 4, think that one's unmatched. I would, if that was just by my door and every time I leave the house, I just put that on, I think I'd be happy.
Yeah, that's one I would go with too. That was like, yeah, the Black Cat 4. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's easy to wear, but it is. But like, it's just so tough. It's really like to be an all black shoe is probably the toughest all black shoe out there. Um, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I'm trying to think now. Maybe like now that it's like a Cement 3, maybe I can get off like the not the Reimagine, but like the I'm not. You have what the 88, the 88 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I could see myself getting that off every day for sure.
Oh, I honestly
I
forgot I
don't
had
wear,
those.
yeah. Yeah, I don't wear all black shoes too often. It's kind of hard for me. I've been trying to get into it more, but yeah, so I think I can definitely do a not reimagine, my bad. The 88 3 would
Yeah,
be
that's
tough.
a good one. Yeah, you know I'm Brax La Puma over here. I would wear yeah, I would wear all black shoe for a month straight. And if you had to sell every shoe in your collection and just have a rotation of 3 shoes for a year, you just lose access to all of your collection for a year. You don't have to sell them. But what 3 shoes do you think you could rotate for a year and be happy with?
That's crazy because I just had like 10 shoes out on the ground, all the boxes everywhere because I couldn't decide. Like, sheesh. Probably go Topaz for um damn, it's gonna be another four. SB four. And then something neutral. I'd probably do the uh black and white um Jordan 185, I guess.
Dang. That's
So
nuts.
yeah.
Your entire top 10 list from last year was Nikes and now and you just said 3 Jordans. That's
Crazy.
wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Damn.
crazy. But it's hard though, because like, yeah, I mean there's just colors and fits. So many things are similar too. Like you probably notice your collection, like so many of the shoes are similar to the point like you're just like, dang, all these shoes are really the same shoe essentially. Like the color is tan. Like I got 3 shoes that are tan or something like that. But yeah, I think that would have to be it.
I feel you. I think I would I mean, it's a very tough question. Obviously, we would never even do this, but I mean, God forbid we had to sell all of our shoes and just keep like 3 or whatever. I think I would keep just for sentimental value and just I love the shoe, the Mocha 1. Um, sheesh. I can't stick all Jordan, but maybe the Indigo Studios Fragment Travis 1 Low. or just the Travis One Low, the fragment. Um, what? It's tough because I mean I could just throw some Birkenstocks in that rotation, but I man, there's so many that could be that third spot. I feel like oh fuck.
Yeah, it's
I,
crazy.
I'm trying to think because like an Air Max One is on brand for me, but I think I could probably go a year without wearing that. Um, shit, maybe honestly those Kith Sambas.
Those are tough.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Kith Sambas. Probably in just the black. Yeah, I guess those would be my three. I don't know. Yeah, it's a super tough question. And that wasn't even on
Nah,
my
that's
list. I just
crazy. Yeah,
thought of that when I was talking about the month straight. Like, what about a year? That would be wild. And I mean, God forbid we ever have to do that, but it's something to think about.
I recently moved like my whole collection. That's why I keep looking to my right. Because I recently moved my whole collection and I kept one pair and I kept bread for 2019s. And like all week it's been so like it's not as easy as I thought it would be to wear one pair, I guess. So like saying that, like it was so hard, but I had to force myself to wear this one pair. And then I had Tims at home. So I put through the Tims on. So I only had Tims and fours, and then I got like Soleil and then, everything else is Crocs. So
Yep.
I'm kind of in that situation now where it's like I'm doing that. Like I have my collection here and I only got one pair of shoes. So it's hard. It's actually really hard to do. So
Super hard. Yeah,
yeah, I'm probably
especially
gonna
for
bring
us.
some back with me. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like even me, every day I'm wearing something else, and yeah, I mean, I've even been taking pictures every day more because last time you asked me what my sneaker rotation was for that week, I was like, oh, I don't even know, and so I've been trying to be a little bit more mindful about that. But yeah, no, it's a good question. And you guys, I mean, if you want to let us know if you had to wear a shoe for a month straight, what shoe would it be? And then also, if you could only wear three shoes for a year out of your collection, what would they be? I mean, we definitely want to know what you guys have to say. And if you think our picks were whack, then let us know.
Yeah, facts. I do. I do want to get that. Yeah, we can make a post of the shoes and see like which rotation, whatever. We can do a vote and we'll put both of our rotation in there of what we would wear for the year and we'll see how people are vibing, yay or nay. Shoot, pass, or dribbling
Heck
for the
yeah.
OG listeners.
Yeah, for the OGs. Yeah. And honestly, we probably should have made it like maybe five. I don't know. Three is just so tough because like I was obviously struggling on that last one. The first two I could probably be happy with, but that last one I'm like I don't know what I would do. But five, I mean you could for a year, bro. If you're wearing a different shoe on every weekday, like that's still crazy, especially to us. I
Facts.
like I said, I mean the 88. Well, I wear the reimagined cement threes, but like I forgot I had the 88s because I've just been wearing those and trying. Like I have two pairs of those, so I'll beat one. I still have one on ice, but I haven't even looked at the 88s. They're probably tucked under 50 other pairs of shoes. Um, but yeah, I've been trying to wear some more crazy. So I wear the DMP. And I'm superstitious. So I'm gonna wear those again today. But the DMP 11s,
Let's go.
just for Purdue, because they won they beat Grambling State when I wore them the first time. Wore this exact same fit, so I got it on again.
You got the OG pair, not the one that just came out too.
Yeah, no, I
Did,
didn't get the new ones. I just got the OG ones.
yours came in a pack with the sevens? You got the pack?
I don't have the pack. I only have it's like
Okay.
a half box. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But nah, great shoe. So I mean, again, kind of kind of going back into your the history of you being a sneakerhead. Do you have a craziest sneaker cop or camp out story that you want to tell the listeners?
A cop? Sheesh. Let me let me reverse that to you and let me look at some of my purchase, see if I got something I finesse like for a good price. Um yeah, let me reverse that to you. Yeah, go ahead and tell me a story or tell everybody a story.
I kind of got three that come to mind because I was thinking about this earlier, and obviously, because my initial thought was to ask you about if you think the way that, and we've talked about it a little bit, not really in depth, but if you think the way that sneaker collecting has shifted from brick and mortar and actually having to go on Saturday morning or go Thursday, get a ticket, and then return on Saturday to go pick up your shoe, a wait in line, whatever it might be, to then now just having everything at your fingertips and just being able to either you get it or you don't or on Confirmed or on Sneakers app, or on whatever various other platform. But then yeah, I was thinking about these crazy experiences we've had, and I'm sure you do too. But like three come to mind. So the Jordan 4, I know I probably told you guys already on here, but that was my first shoe I ever bought when I moved to St. Louis, and I had already been collecting sneakers, but really had a little bit of money at that point, and I was like, all right, the Jordan 4, I need this shoe, and it wasn't something, or the Fear 4, sorry, wasn't something that you could get at the Tippecanoe County Mall. So when I finally came to St. Louis, they actually had shoes that were dropping, and so I went to Champs at the Galleria. So it's this mall kind of close to me now, but they have three or four at the time. They had four stores that got new shoes, and you could go cop them. But so I went to Champs first, and they gave me this runaround of like, oh, you might have to come back if somebody doesn't come to pick up their pair. But we did a raffle, and I didn't get a ticket, so all right, whatever. Said I'll come back if or let me know basically if that person doesn't come to pick up the size 10 and a half. I went to Foot Locker. They actually had the pair, so I got them there. But I had drove. Actually, yeah. So that was the second place I went. I don't know, I wasn't like privy to where I needed to go in St. Louis, so I went to this other mall first, and then drove to the Galleria, and it's like a 20-minute drive from this other mall. And the other mall is a little bit more uppity, so I don't know why I went there first, because the Galleria like really is with the shits with drops, or were at the time. And they had this place called Jimmy Jazz as well. I don't, you've
Hmm.
probably been to Jimmy Jazz as well, but yeah, so they had that place. So I don't know, I went to the Southern Mall first, didn't get them. They were like, no, we don't even get drops like this. Then I went to the Galleria, went to those three stores, finally found them at the last place, and I was just so amped. Went back to my dorm room. I probably sent you a picture that day, but yeah, I drove around. I think I left the house or left my dorm room at like 7, and didn't get back until like 11 o'clock. And literally was just for 4 hours
Sheesh.
trying to search for these shoes. Finally found them, and it was just like the best feeling. But another one, it's kind of two, but shout out to my boy Thomas Peachin. Um, the Gamma Blue 11s and the Taxi 12s, both of those. I think he went with his mom, who also shout out to Miss Peachin,
Shout out to Miss
our
Peach
old
and Goat.
our old art teacher at Westside.
Goated.
But so they both got, or somehow they got the raffle and both got picked. And he was like trying to figure out who he should give that other ticket to, and I was like, bro, me, let's go. And so both of those, he gave me the ticket that was winning. And so we went together, and we had to go obviously at like 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and we like slept in the car outside of Tippecanoe County Mall, and just went in, got our shoes, and it was it was crazy. Obviously, because even at that, people still line up, and they're still waiting, and like the rest of the mall is closed, but that Foot Locker or whatever finish line is like not open, but it's open. Like there's people in there waiting for this drop, and they like open the gate just a little bit so one person can come in at a time. And you
Yep.
got people trying to buy your shoes as you're coming out in the line. And yeah, so those two come to mind as well. And then the Laney fives, I think I went with, it might have been Thomas Peachin as well, but I know Drake was there with I think Jay Chapman. Um, and so we're all just waiting together, and in the yeah, again at Tippecanoe County Mall, and we're all waiting together. And now looking back, like I would never camp out for a Laney 5 now, but back then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, bro, this shoe is fire. Let me go get that. And same, I think I did the same thing with the Oreo 5s, and now I haven't worn those shoes probably in 10 years, and nobody
That's
like I've
crazy.
tried to sell them numerous times, and nobody wants them. Because I'm
They
like,
just came out again.
yeah, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this shoe is weak, but I like the history behind the Laney. And at the time I got it and I wore it, but now I haven't worn it in like 10 years. And
You probably never wear it again unless you're just like, I'm just pulling it out on
oh,
some.
I never will. I'll probably never wear a five
Yeah.
again. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
I have three lab
I'm
fives that are fire. Yeah, and the Amaz. Yeah, you're right. So I'm tweaking, but still, yeah, I will never wear those Oreos or the Laney fives again, probably, and I could be happy. But I can't get rid of them because nobody wants them. So yeah, but those are the ones that come to mind. I mean, nothing really crazy there. And then I've obviously told my story about the Bel Air fives camping out, and literally I think they had 10 pairs, and we yeah it was like in a rough area of St. Louis. We're waiting outside this Foot Locker, and it's like the only Foot Locker I've ever seen that's like a standalone in like a strip mall. But
Yeah, they're usually in they're usually in areas of
yeah,
different
but
areas. Yeah.
so we waited out there.
Hmm.
One of my buddies from Webster soccer team freshman year was like, "Hey, bro, we gotta go get these. They're gonna have them." I don't know who he. I think he was actually talking to that. You remember that Quan guy? The
Yeah, man. Yeah.
he was actually.
Yeah.
I think he was texting with that guy somehow, and that was actually the first time I ever met that guy. But anyway, so we're waiting in this line. We get there at like 11 p.m. We're like 20th in line or something. We're literally just sitting there on the concrete. Um, didn't end up. I mean, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock came around. Started getting word that like they had one of every size and not even like half sizes or
Sheesh.
something. And we still kept sitting there and didn't get the shoes. And yeah, it was crazy. But then yeah, that dude pulled up in his like Charger or whatever and like bought pairs off people in line. But yeah, that was I know I've told this story already, but that was probably the craziest like overnight camp that I've had and didn't even get the shoes. And it was for a Bel Air 5. Like I would never do that to this day either.
Yeah.
But
The gray one, the gray Bel Air 5.
yep.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a cool shoe, but still I'm like I don't know what
Yeah, it
the
was
hell I
very
was
different
thinking.
at that time. That it was like a very different shoe at that time. It was cool, bright, but the
Bro, it
gray made
also
it
just
kind of
goes
neutral.
to show
So
that sneaker culture and like collecting has come so far because back then, like that was actually like those things were reselling crazy on Kixify,
oh yeah, for
and
sure.
and now like you could probably go buy that shoe. I don't know what it is, I haven't looked, but you could probably buy that shoe for like $200, and and then they've come out with like other like alternate versions of Bel Air fives, and like
Yeah.
I don't think they sell well. But it's just crazy. Even like going back to that Laney or I mean even the Taxi 12. I mean that's a little bit better of a shoe still to this day, but like Laney fives, Oreo fives, Bel Air fives, like that was actually a very like hot shoe to have at the time, and it was worth camping out for or worth getting up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday. But yeah, like now it's like you just wouldn't. Even if I could just wake up and like get on sneakers app or whatever and just try and like buy that shoe, I wouldn't do it for those. But it
No,
just goes,
facts.
yeah, it goes to show how far things have come and how sneaker culture has changed.
Yeah, that's it's wild. I mean, hearing those stories and thinking about it, it's like sheesh. Just I'm
Oh,
having flashbacks just thinking about it. Like,
I know,
yeah,
and it
the
wasn't
whole
even that long
culture.
ago. It like
No, it
it's
really wasn't.
crazy.
It really wasn't. I think I've come up with a few things now. Honestly, shout out to Thomas Speech too. He sold me some Gamma 12s. I worked really hard to pay for them things. I think he got me for like 300.
Bro, you wore
Um,
those so much. When I lived at
bro, I
Fuse,
beat him.
you wore those so much.
We gotta post a picture because there's a picture of us where you got the
Yep, I
custom
know the
Gammas and
picture.
stuff, and we each got on one of each shoe. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Bro, yeah, that was
But
hey, that's a
man,
fire
yeah,
picture. I looked at that
yeah, I
picture
got
like
it.
last week.
I got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it. So yeah, that's hilarious to think of. But shout out to him. Those shoes were crazy. I wish I still had them. I looked for pairs recently because that blue is so loud and they're kind of taxing. But the story I got, I'm actually really good at finessing the eBay people. I'm not gonna say finesse, but like I got this sense of like getting the shoe before it shoots up through my price. Like the price I'm not gonna pay. So SB4 is like I think like 750 right now. I think I paid like four, like at the time, SB4 on GOAT. So like I bought it like right there at the perfect time watching it. I think I got my on my dusk for a really good price and it's up. But then like I could think back to like I think 2002, 2003, Foot Action, Indianapolis, Washington Square Mall. Pretty sure I was with my mom, but I got in Notorious. Shout out to my mom, man. She's the GOAT, but she used to just buy us the shoes to grow into. So there was times where I was wearing like some big ass shoes, but these might have fit. But I had a Jordan 9 Cool Gray 2002 is when it came out. I don't know if I got it in '02 or '03, but they were literally on sale at Foot Action for $35, like with the sale tag on there. I got that, and then I don't know if it was, I doubt it was the same time, but French Blue Sevens I got as well that year, 2002, 2003 for $35 as well on sale, which is nuts. And then, another shoe story. So my dad's sister used to live down the street and all my cousins, like they had all the Jordans and stuff. Like every time that, new weekend, my, my uncle was, I think no, he's my cousin. He was buying his daughter the Jordans and stuff. So French Blue 12s come out. I literally squeezed my feet into these shoes to wear them, bro. Squeezed my yeah, there was no way I was wearing that size. But yeah, that's a cool story to just think like. So I guess that's probably how I got in the shoes is my family, my cousins like that. But yeah, I literally squeezed my foot into like a kid. It probably was. I mean, grade school. I don't think there was men or women's like for that time
Yeah,
that thing. But yeah, crazy. I wore that thing to school everywhere, bro. Like I beat it.
man.
Yeah.
Damn,
So I
so
guess
that's how
mine
you
are
got
like
into.
real early.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Bro, my earliest sneaker memory, well, I've always just loved sneakers and like I'll look back. My mom always tells me, I'll look back at like my kid pictures and I'm like, "Oh, what shoes were those?" And I never want to like let go of shoes and when I would like outgrow a shoe or I would just cook them and I have to get a new pair, I would be so upset, um but my earliest memory of actual like Jordans and stuff like that and like cool shoes because I used to wear fucking like Team Jordans, and my dad was real like, "Oh, you have one pair of shoes, you don't need more pairs of shoes." And anyway, but I think I was with my aunt, um, and we went to Jay Clark's on the east side for some reason. And they
Ooh.
had that little like side, like where they would have those shoes. I think they were fake, but they would
Yeah, I've
have
never
like
been in there, but yeah, they had a little storefront, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I would go in there, and every time I was like, "Oh, these are so cool. I want these." And my aunt was like, "Oh, I'll buy you them." And I don't think she ever did, but still, that was just always like the coolest thing. And I think they were fake now looking back, but I'm like, those are fire. And
Yeah,
yeah, so
I went through a treacherous time of fakes, so I'm not even gonna cap. When I was like seventh grade, I had a job. I was working like doing dishes on the weekend and like flipping pancakes or something. So I was getting like $80 a weekend, and I pull up to this spot called Liberty Bell. It's on Washington Street as well in Indianapolis. Man, they had like, I mean, it's literally like you look at those overseas things, and they got the people that have all the. Man, I was buying like Bapes that weren't even colorways of Bapes. I was buying like I had a pair of Jordan 8s, bro, that were patent leather. These things were patent leather 8s that were green, purple, and white. Like, oh my gosh, man. But I didn't really know any better, to be honest. I was so young, but I was getting fresh every weekend, bro. New pair of shoes, a big ass Coogee fit with like big plaid shorts, bro. I was in it. I was in deep. But yeah, Liberty Bell, man. The feds came and got that thing shut clean down. But man,
bro, that's
crazy. But
awesome.
crazy. I don't wear no fakes now, people. I only got one in the collection. But yeah, I was going through it. Man, I had so many Bapes
Bro,
and
you
like
had
all
the
this
full
stuff, like
the
Superman's.
full zip Bape hoodies too. I
I had
swear,
the baked
the
hoodies, man, but
crazy
I mean, I
camos.
wish I still had them. I still wish I had those because like a bootleg hoodie is different than like some of the shoes, but like, yeah, it was just crazy. Like
Bro,
that these
you
people
were
were just getting
yeah,
off like that.
you were Kid Cudi before Kid Cudi.
Man, Kanye, man, I was the one that started the babe stuff. No, I'm kidding.
You started the
He said
pink
he's,
polos.
yeah, he said he started every music genre now, Kanye. I started rocking the fake babe for you, man.
You're a soldier boy right now. You started everything.
I was the first, man. No, I'm capping though. Well, then let's see. I had a question there now that this ties into everything. So, we've been doing this sneaker thing for a while, and I'm pretty sure that people reach out to us individually sometimes to ask us sneaker questions. How many people do you think that you've inspired or put on to like the sneaker? It's like any way you want to say it, to like helping them get it. They reach out to you to like, hey, is this cool? Or like things like that. How many people do you think expired? Because honestly, you could say the whole group of people that you're saying that you were taking to go camp out and stuff, I'm pretty sure you definitely inspired that whole group of guys that way. But I'm sure you've inspired way more people than that as well. So
Yeah, that one's tough. Cause I just hear sometimes cause like I'll post or I used to post like what I would wear to work or whatever, just like my rotation every day, just wearing different shoes. But then even with SneakerStrolls, like when we used to post a bunch about like either our weekly rotations or like different things we were doing, people would just say like, "Oh yeah, I used to follow when you would post every day and like you had all these cool shoes and like this one in particular was super cool." But I can only, I mean, it's probably way higher, but maybe like 10 people that I've actually like either gotten them into collecting and like gone and bought shoes with or whatever. But or have just reached out to me and been like, "Oh, like I know you collect shoes. Are these a good buy or like is this a good price?" kind of thing. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's probably way higher, but like 10 people, and even a few over like the last year, just like different soccer coaches I used to coach with would just be like, "Oh, like I want to get a pair of Jordans. Is this a good one to get? Like, or do you have any other recommendation?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like this is actually a pretty good shoe. You could get this." Even one of my coworkers, he he's always been into New Balance, so every time a new like cool collab comes out or something, I like send him his way, and I know he got one pair of just like dad shoe New Balances based on a conversation we had, but then he's gotten some like I think Asics or something like I can't recall the actual shoe that he got, but yeah, we've definitely had conversations about those, and then he's went and like bought a pair. One of my old coworker or one of my old employees that she has since left, but she was always like, "Oh, should I get this pair or this pair?" And I was like, "Oh, those are hot. Those are not. Like, get these."
yeah, yeah.
And she would go get them, and yeah. So I don't know. It's probably higher than 10, but that I feel like I've actually influenced probably like 10. But it's probably way higher. Just people like who haven't said anything that just like either watch me on socials or like just know that I collected and then started collecting as well. But what about you?
Yeah, it's like it's sometimes too, like when you post it, it's like you seeing that pair, like, damn, that looks good on, it's like, damn, bro, I'm gonna have to go get me a pair of those, like things like that. So even if like we never know, the fact of just posting it and people seeing it on foot, because that's how I often buy things. It's like, oh, that actually looks good. I might be able to get it off that way, hopefully. But me, man, I could say like, I don't know, I feel like I had like people, I got one person that they hit me up a lot, like, hey, should I get these? They hit on every sneakers drop, literally everyone. But it got to the point where I kind of started saying like, nah, that ain't it. Or like, like you're telling me you want this shoe, but you keep buying like the GR releases and you're not wearing them, or they're the same. So I feel like I'm kind of like tough in my collecting now to some people, because a lot of people are newer. So I
Right.
guess like I guess people would like reach out to me for like cops and things now more than like that. But I honestly don't know if I see like, I'm more of like, when I see people out, I'm like, damn, that's tough. Like I'm like having to compliment people because I don't even know if people, I just don't know if they know how to like, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Uh, I just don't know like their stance on like influence sometimes, I guess. So like how they see it. But I'm sure in times like, I mean, I hoop at the gym when I got a lot of young people I mess with, and we talk a lot about basketball shoes and things like that. And I think that I've inspired them to try other shoes like that, or hey, this shoe is actually really tough. Like you got to try this out or switch this or that. So I think like I'm kind of like, and like I guess I'm kind of influencing the youth around me when I'm hooping and stuff now. So like a lot of them, I pull up to the gym tough. Like I always pull up with something fire on feet usually, and then I pull all my shoes out the bag, set them on the thing. Like I'm stunting because yeah, like I got all these shoes. Why not? So like I guess I'm influenced in like the basketball court area right now.
That's
More
fair.
to say. So
And that's a good
yeah, I'm pretty
point.
sure a couple people followed SneakerStrolls, some of the young dudes I hoop with, but yeah, shout out to them. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
that's a good point because I honestly I forgot and I was gonna bring it up actually earlier, but yeah, when you were saying you influence the kids and you go out and wear like 20 pairs and you're just that cool like older guy but still like young
I'm
enough
Unc.
that like yeah you're so yeah exactly. And so that's kind of how it is. Like when I would go to like every soccer game that I would coach, I would wear something crazy, or like even just pulling up to soccer practice, all my kids would be like, "Oh, like oh you got a different pair of shoes every day, yada yada yada," and like a new kid would come on the team, and the other kids would be like, "Oh, well, like Braxton's always gonna have something different. Like make sure you like look what he's wearing." And so I
Hmm.
think even those kids that like I don't know if they've started collecting or whatever, but like I've definitely had an influence on them, and they may then start. And when I used to substitute teach, I was always the guy like I would just wear like random sneakers, and they would always just think I was like the young, cool like sub that like didn't. I mean, I obviously gave a shit, but still like. I'm just like I'm not gonna be like on their ass about everything, but I'm wearing like cool shoes, and they were always like, I think they would then like they would always talk about it to each other and talk about it to me, and so they probably have also had some sort of influence. But yeah, I mean, and then obviously I forgot, but Abby, like, she
Yeah.
doesn't really wear sneakers like that. Like, she'll wear one pair of shoes to like work out in or whatever, and then she'll just like wear those all the time. But I've like started to get her more shoes, and she's still not like doing what we do and like picking out different shoes and like wearing them like throughout the week or whatever, just like rotating. But she'll still like wear one pair of shoes and one pair of shoes and just like until it's beat, and then go on to the next one. She just like has a fresh pair. But yeah, so I've definitely influenced her as well. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause so like a lot of times it's like my thing is like so when I got to see your collection recently it was crazy because I haven't seen it in years, but like a lot of times we don't get to see things in person. So it's like um the fact that like you could pull up, have them on feet, and this person never seen a Jordan 4 before or something like that. And they're like, oh shoot, now I know what this actually looks like. I'm not just purchasing and not liking it. So the
Yep.
fact that like we can bring these shoes around people and they're able to see them. Like my young bull Kenzie, shout out to him, that's my dog. Every time I come up and pull up, this man will put my shoes on to take a picture. Like they're his kicks, but like, he's the only child and stuff. So I'm like, I'm Unc, I just, show the love or whatever and let him see. But like just the fact of being able to see like the physical thing, and being around people with them is like a huge influence, I guess.
For sure. Yeah, and then to that point, you might even not know that. Well, for him, for sure, you know that like you've had a huge influence on him. But for other ones that just you walk around and you're wearing whatever, and people just see him like, oh, that looks dope on foot. I might want to go buy that because that happens to me all the time too. Like, or both of us probably. You like see something on
Hmm.
Instagram or you see something out, and you're like, oh, actually, like I was having second thoughts about that, but now I'm gonna go buy it. And like that person will never know
Sheesh.
that they had that influence on you, but yeah,
It's the
you're
perfect
still.
seg. Perfect segue, man. You watch the Pat Bad Pop? You been seeing any clips lately?
Yeah.
My man is on a Jordan 1 mid run. And I will not lie. Pat Bev is making Jordan 1 mids look tough. I like Pat Bev's swag anyway. He's a big designer, like big designer clothes wearing
Yep.
guy. But I love it. But lately he's been making these mids look so good. I'll have to send you like a couple things. I haven't bought any, but um it's crazy, man. It's just I don't know. It's just crazy. Cause like yeah, we're saying people see it. I said LeBron was like one of my big sneaker on feet influence guys. Like I bought the fives because of LeBron. Like, yeah, just seeing it on foot. But yeah, Pat Bev, man, he has me looking at like he made the mids look fresh. It's crazy.
That's something I never thought I'd hear you say.
It's
But
crazy,
I
bro. They
agree.
look,
I know
yeah,
what you're
he's
talking about. Yeah, he does. But yeah, he wears like, he'll wear some like Pradas and then the next day wear some Jordan 1 mids. And like, it's
hmm
still, yeah, it looks tough. Just because of what else he's wearing too. Like, yeah, like you said,
yeah,
he's a
he's
big
so
designer
fresh.
guy.
Yeah,
He's a fresh guy.
he's so fucking fresh.
Bro,
He's so
that
fresh.
Dude, that Mantis clip is still has me dead. That was just one of the funniest people. Him and like
I
Jeff
like
Teague are just like they're just naturally
shout out to
hilarious.
yeah. Teague, man. I wanna actually so their podcast, he kind of told a story how he like joined this homie DJ, the host of the podcast. I guess he wanted to do a sneaker pod with Jeff, and they ended up just making it what it is now. But I thought it was crazy, and I was like, dang, I would have loved to see like what they would have talked about. But I tried to reach out in his DMs and say, hey, I slid him the podcast link or whatever, and things like that. But because I wanted the Teague says he has like 4,000 pairs or something. What does 4,000 pairs of shoes look like? And I can believe it because I know like Indianapolis and what that culture is and like growing up in them areas. And he's been hooping for the past 20 something years. He can get anything he wants. He played in the league. Da da da. But yeah, that was just crazy to think that they were like gonna be a sneaker pod and now they're one of the biggest pods out right now in the game.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean he's probably got it's probably the same as like PJ Tucker. He's probably got either multiple storage units or like a warehouse for just
Yeah,
for
it's
shoes.
yeah, insane. I heard he has a club in his crib and stuff, so he's yeah, yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah.
is really not. He's really napped down to a T.
Man, I love it. Just yeah, I listen to their pod religiously all week and stuff. But he has cool rotations on the show. He's always wearing something crazy. Like Home
Bro,
Posits
did
was
you
a thing he was on, and
did you hear the one with him and Meta World Peace?
yeah, that shit was hilarious.
It's so funny. And then on the next
That
one, he
was
was talking
hilarious.
about when he like said he has a delayed laugh or something, and he was talking about he like drove by or he like took him to the hoop, like broke his ankles or whatever, and like went and laid it in. And he
Yeah,
said he like was delayed on the laugh. He didn't know if he was gonna like get mad or something. Bro, oh my gosh,
crazy.
they're just
Yeah,
so
man, yeah.
funny.
They're hilarious. And then B Hand, shout out to him. He has people doing it, man. People are rocking black horses with the white laces. It's his thing. And it's taken off because I mean, I don't know, like the pod and people like what they're doing. So
Bro, we got to
it's
come up
cool
with
that
something
they're
like that.
influencing them.
What's it gonna be?
We gotta go crazy.
We gotta go
Man,
crazy.
we gotta get some Shell to Adidas out or something, go crazy. Run DMC it, take the laces out.
We might have to. Just start putting hemp laces in everything.
We go crazy. I got so there's a sneaker coming out. I think it comes out Tuesday. The Air Max DN. How are you feeling about that Air Max DN?
I don't even know.
I think it's the newest installment of what Nike's coming out with for like the Air Max.
I don't think I've seen it. Let me check real quick.
It's all over
Oh,
the regular Nike,
yes.
the
I
regular
didn't know what they
Nike
were
app.
called. Yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah.
Or this colorway at least. Maybe another colorway. The all night one. I think that's the one you're talking about. That's coming out soon. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not for me. I don't know. What about you? What do you think about it?
I mean, the last I bought like a couple of these. I feel like Air Max drops like a newer or big Air Max model every year. I think I had like the 2090 at one point, 270. And I don't know. I'm just not gonna get on the hype of this futuristic whatever they're pushing. I think dynamic air is what the new technology is gonna be in the shoe. So whatever that means. But I mean, I like to see them in person, but I don't see this being something that I need to add to the collection. But it's just a new model in the Air Max
Yeah, it's coming out on Air
family.
Max Day.
So
Um,
yeah. So
yeah, I don't need that, but I don't know. I might have to get uh, it's like the royal blue Air Max ones with the neon sole. I might have to get those because I've been looking for a pair.
tough,
And
tough.
my guy on Instagram, sometimes he'll post the just the infrared Air Max ones from Air Max Day in 2014 with the neon sole. And
Hmm.
every time it's like a size 9 or size 9.5, I'm like, as soon as you post a size 10, it's mine.
They
But
set us up.
yeah, but now that yeah, I guess they're just coming out with the royal blue ones. I don't know. I don't love that one as much as the infrared, but I'd still
So
probably
do they
buy
have a
it.
whole lineup out? They have a whole Air Max week is this coming week?
I think so.
Air Max Day? Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe. Yeah. So 26th?
yeah, it usually is. Yeah, so yeah, I guess it's gonna be
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to everybody watch out. So who knows what they're gonna, if they surprise drop anything. But
yeah. I don't know. I think Air Max Day is kind of not what it used to be. I mean, obviously they came out or the when they had the specific designers come out with shoes and they would drop on Air Max Day. I think that was huge. And then they did it. They did it for like two. Obviously, Sean Witherspoon just absolutely crushed it, and nobody will ever
yeah, I
do
don't think
what he did.
anybody,
But I
he
mean,
hasn't even been able to do what he did with that shoe.
right?
So
Yeah, but yeah. So they did that, and then they had like all of those. I think they maybe had 10, but they had people like from all different areas of the world. Some in like Asia, some in America, some in Europe, and they did like sneakers inspired by their state or city, and then after that, I think it really just died and they stopped doing that. I don't know why, um, but yeah, I think that was super dope. But now I think it's just like kind of a like just a day. Like nobody really cares about Air Max Day. Even I'm like a big Air Max guy, and I'm not like, oh, I gotta cop this on Air Max Day, and I'll still wear Air Max on Air Max Day. And a couple years ago, I went crazy and I wore like 10 pairs of Air Max on Air Max Day.
yes,
And
you did. You posted.
yeah, well, we posted about it on
Yeah,
SneakerStrolls.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I might do that again, but I'm not gonna. I just think it's lost kind of some of what made it so great, and I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
No, no, I fully agree. I fully agree with that. Yeah, you guys can actually go look right now on the Instagram and see 2021. He posted, yeah, he has every shoe posted that he wore on Air Max Day. Crazy.
I went nuts. I don't know why.
That's yeah,
Just
crazy.
change shoes, bro. I don't know how I did it. Yeah, because I was
You
already.
doubled up with the Air Max Zero. I'm dead. He went crazy and had he was going crazy, you guys. Yeah, this is top 10. So we'll repost this whole thing. Yeah, we'll repost this definitely on Air Max Day. This was crazy.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's goaded.
I'll have to see what else
That's
new I've
goaded.
gotten in the 3 years since then and see what else I could pull out. But I'm gonna have to take a duffel to work and just keep changing shoes.
Facts. Well, now we're talking about shoes, man. What's the rotation been looking like for the past week?
Bro, I wore quite a bit this week. A lot of Jordan 11s. I wore just some cool gray 11s. I wore the DMPs, like I said. I wore some Space Jam 11s. I wore the metallic blue Jordan 1 lows, 85s, and then I've been rocking. What else did I? Oh, what I got on right now too. The Bravest Paisley like knockoff Birkenstock Boston's. So, but a lot of Jordan 11s. What else did I wear? I wore some Air Force Ones, just the Drake ones or whatever. But yeah, I think honestly that's been it. I didn't really go that crazy this week. I was just really yeah. I wore those the metallic blue 85s like 3 days out of the week. It's just an easy shoe to wear, and I just got it, so I was like, oh, I got to get it off. Um,
Facts.
but yeah, and then yeah, I even wore those yesterday to that MLS game. But yeah, I've been wearing a lot of Jordan 11s, and then I just got those one lows, so I've been wearing those quite a bit. What about you?
On foot right now, I got the Nocta Glides on, and we were talking about the Nocta shoes. Drake followed up with this new one. I need a pair. I can do the orange or the white, but I do need a pair of those. Bread Force 2019. Tim's. I wore the reimagined ones last like 2 days, kind of. The Craft 3 Ivory, which I said was like one of the most slept on shoes. I wore yesterday, and then I've been hooping in these Giannis and the Presto Reacts. I've been wearing those to the gym, the lava lamp colorway. Then Nike Shox TL. I wore some Easy size. And then the Toy Story Cloud was just an everyday for me. I'm just walking around in them and doing that. So rotations definitely still all Nike. Still all Nike and Jordan, but the Timberlands. But yeah, man, just simple. I've been trying to break more things out, but a lot of shoes are seasonal. So
I
Yeah,
feel you.
it'll get different here soon.
How do you feel about those Mischief Timberland boots?
So hard,
So
but I'm
hard.
not paying. I'm not paying that.
No, I'm not
What
paying
is
that
it
either.
like? What was it like? 400 retail or something?
Something like
I
that.
don't know if it's three. I mean, three is not crazy because a regular Tim is like 215, but I'm pretty sure they're like fucking 400 retail. So,
But
and the wheat pair is way better than the all black ones I saw. They did a black one and the wheat.
yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
the
I
the
mean, I
wheat's
love
hard.
Mischief. So this is probably Mischief's best collab, I would say, or their best one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was a fan of the big red boot for sure because it was so different. I almost bought them dead ass because they dropped to like 200, and I was like, yeah, this could be a fire fit one day. But yeah, I mean, those are
Man,
tough, man. Mischief is, yeah, I love what Mischief does just because they're so out the box and sneakers doesn't have to always be the same things. So yeah, I fuck with them hard.
yeah, I feel you. I like those Tims and or whatever the Mischief boots. But yeah, I think I would never wear the big red boots. I don't think I could even get them like past my calves. But 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 I just would never wear them. But they do. Yeah, I like Mischief as well. And I don't know if you just listened to the sneaker or the Complex Sneaker podcast, but Welty was going off about how he hates Mischief um, and JLP and Brendan were. I mean, they don't have a problem with Mischief, but I guess they did some like, or I know they did the Satanic shoe with Lil Nas X, which he had a problem with. But then also, I guess they came out with some seltzer that was made with holy water that he also had a problem with. I don't know, but yeah, I like Mischief, and I think they do some cool stuff.
Yeah,
But I don't have
yeah.
anything from them.
Yeah, I mean, they did the Gobstopper too, which is one of the craziest shoes. That the one where you take the thing and you
Yeah,
drill it.
you
I mean,
Dremel the thing.
that's
Yeah,
what our last pod we were talking about classic sneakers. So when we talk about like we know these some shoes have been cemented forever, and it is what it is. So like to see like something just so different is cool. Like why not? Like how is anything ever gonna change if it's always the same? But we know Welty to be kind of like I don't know if there's any in between for Welty. Like he's in his where he is type thing. But
yeah, and I
yeah, I
think
mean, Mitch is crazy.
yeah, and that just to that point, I mean, they do take classic sneakers and then put their own twist on them, like you saw with the Tim boots, like you saw with, I mean, they did the Vans with the crazy like wavy
Air
sole.
Force One.
They did, yeah, Air Force One. They did a dope Converse too. It's like a Converse low that is like, it's like super bulky. I don't know, but that one is dope. So that yeah, they're like taking classic sneakers and then putting their own twist on them, but still keeping like the essence of that classic sneaker.
Never saw this. They did a Reebok pump with a bunch of pumps on it. I never even saw
I
this.
didn't
Like
see that either.
2023. I mean, yeah, sure they've done some bullshit like these right here because these are BS.
Yeah, nah, that's not
But I
funny.
mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it's like I don't know how you can like, especially for like being in like the sneakers so much, how you can't like give props or understand like, all right, I see what you guys are doing. Like, why not shake it up? And the more people talk about it, the more people are gonna buy it because everybody wants to be different and everything like that. So I'm definitely rocking with them.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but I'm 400, crazy, and I bet they're so heavy. They gotta be heavy.
I bet.
Yeah, they gotta be heavy.
I mean, Tim's already are incredibly heavy, and then they put that sole on top of the shoe. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably just double the weight.
Yeah, these are tough. Well, I mean, and you got anything else before we want to get out of here? You got anything else you want to
I don't think so,
touch on?
man. I don't think so. I think we had definitely some good conversation, like we said we would. But yeah, I don't. We definitely want to hear from you guys. If you had to wear the same shoe for a month straight, what would it be? Do you think our pick was good? Do you think it was not? Do you think, um, yeah, what do you think? And then three shoes for a year. And I'll up it to five. You can have five shoes, but if you could only wear five shoes for a year and the rest of your collection was locked up and you get it back at the end of that year, but you got to wear those five to get your collection back, what shoes are you rocking? And did we make the right picks? I know we only picked three, but we'll post those as well. And did we make the right picks? You got anything else?
No, I don't think so. I did see some D books in the wild at the barber shop, and dude bought and he paid resale for him. But I saw my first pair of D books in the wild, and they look clean,
What colorway?
super clean. Oh man, that light bone colorway. I'm not sure what it's called, but yeah, it was that one. But I was like, that's crazy that you went and you actually bought him. I was like, it's dope to see him in person. So
Yeah,
yeah, it
you.
was
Hey,
cool.
he might have had an influence on you. You might go buy him now.
Facts, facts,
I do.
facts.
I do want a pair of D books, but I would not. I don't know. I might hoop in them. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm going AE1 though, right now. Big AE1. I guess I'm gonna say this where you like to. I think Ant-Man is having one of the biggest basketball shoe, like, this shoe is crazy. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. I think this is gonna be like the biggest run in a long time for a first signature shoe. And shout out to Adidas because they are going crazy with this.
They are going
And
crazy.
whoever's the head of basketball, I don't know if Jerry's heading anything besides his Fear God basketball stuff, but if he's in the lab with these guys too, shout out to you guys. 'Cause you guys are going crazy over there. So
Bro, last thing. Did you see
yeah,
those Gilbert Arenas showed them off, but they were the AE one like McDonald's All American colorway.
crazy,
Fire,
crazy.
fire.
Yeah, because McDonald's All Americans Adidas. So
Yeah, and they did
yeah, so he's
because they did
my
that.
shoes this
Eric
game. Yeah, that's
Emanuel,
crazy.
Eric Emanuel and Adidas like did that crazy, like the shorts, the fit, the everything, the warm up. So yeah, absolutely insane. But yeah, Adidas is
Yeah.
doing their thing.
Just gotta let everybody know I'm just not a Nike guy. I like Adidas too. I'm just buying what I buy. But yeah,
But he's
shout
only
out to
wearing.
Adidas, man. Send us some Ant-Mans.
But he's
Send me some
only
Ant-Mans.
picking
I'll wear them
top.
everywhere.
But his top ten's all Nike. He's only for his 3 shoes wearing in a year. It's only Jordan. But
Hey,
he likes
Adidas, send me
Adidas
some
too.
shit. Adidas, send me some shit, please. I need some AE1s. I'll wear them every day. Please send me some. Please.
We'll hold you to that. I'll buy you a pair of
I'm
80 ones.
begging.
You gotta wear them for a
Bro,
year
I'll wear them
straight.
for a year. Yeah, I'll wear them for a year straight. Swear. Give me the light bone colorway. I'll wear them for a year straight.
Bet. All right,
Let's
you
go.
heard it here. Phil's not wearing anything but these AE ones.
Let's go. I'm on it. And when I start dunking at 30, don't say nothing.
Oh my God. All right, well, this has been the Sneaker Strolls podcast. Again, thank you guys for listening. Make sure if you are listening, if you're liking what you're hearing, you interact with us, you follow us, you like, share, all that good stuff. Make sure you check us out on YouTube as well. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. We'll be posting more regularly. And yeah, this has been.
Be on the lookout for some guests. Got the guests coming soon. Be
Yeah,
on the lookout
for
for those
sure, for
episodes.
sure. Yeah, you
It's
don't
gonna
want to
be
miss
crazy.
those.
So
So make sure you turn those notifications on too. Make sure every time we drop an episode, you're not missing it because those guests will be fire.